Hello and welcome back to my channel, which is all about style and confidence for the 50+ woman. In today's video, I wanted to talk about adding some additional colour to your capsule wardrobe. Last week I created a spring capsule wardrobe which is suitable for staying at home and then adapting later on when we can get out of the house again. But it was pretty much done in neutrals, so it was navy, white, cream and red as a pop of colour. So this week I wanted to show you how you can add in some additional colours to those neutrals. I will link the video for you either up here or down in the description box. So let's talk about adding in colour. Now most of us will have some neutrals in our wardrobe. Typically I know that a lot of my clients have a lot of navy in their wardrobe, which is great because navy works really well on everyone. And it's a really good neutral to have in your wardrobe because it can be formal, but you can also make it relaxed. It's not quite as harsh as black. It works on more of us than black does. And it can also add some depth to your wardrobe. As what can happen is that you keep buying pieces of navy and you end up with just a navy wardrobe and not much else in it. Now navy is also great because it goes so well with different colours. Because my skin tone is warm, I've picked colours from the warm palette. But if you've got a cool skin tone, you can completely change the colours in this particular example. So the red, white and navy capsule which we started with would still work for you. But what you could add in perhaps now is a fuchsia pink or a softer pink. You could add in some lighter blues. You could add in some lilacs and purples which have been popular this season as well. But in my example here, I'm going to be adding in some pops of sort of corally orange, and I've got some greens as well. So let me show you some of the pieces and explain why I've put them in this capsule and how I'm going to be adding them. So if you remember from last week's capsule, I had a pair of trousers, a pair of linen trousers, which have got a slightly sort of denim-y effect to them. I had a pair of culottes which were navy with a spot. So I haven't put the full capsule out here from last week, but all of those pieces still work with what I'm going to be doing today. So what I wanted to do was talk about some extra pieces that you can put in. Now in last week's capsule, I kept most of the bottom half, so the trousers and the culottes, as plain colours. And this time I want to show you bringing in either some prints or some colour into the bottom half of the capsule. Now the reason I kept them fairly neutral in the initial capsule was so that more of the different tops would go with them, so that you could get more outfits. But once you have that base, you can start to expand outwards. So what I might do is bring in something like this, so a printed trouser. These are from last spring. I'll slot in a picture of me wearing them. I've worn them previously with the navy and the white, but what I might do this season is bring in some green to wear with them. And green, this sort of limey green, goes beautifully with navy. It works really well. We've already got a little bit of green in there. And then I might add that cardigan as well. Now when you're adding colours into your capsule wardrobe, I'd always recommend that you add perhaps 2 or even 3 pieces in a colour, because you'll find that that makes it a lot easier to bring that colour in. And quite often what I'll do is I will add a clothing piece and then perhaps add an accessory piece. So to show you how that might work, again from last spring summer, a pair of orange linen trousers, cropped trousers, and I could now bring in a printed top to go with those. The stripe is picking up on the orange in there, and then I'd perhaps add a pair of coloured shoes that would go with that as well. And I could bring in a handbag as well. Now of course those orange trousers, if I just show you with the cardigan here, will also go with all the navy pieces that we had in the previous capsule. They will also go with any of the white or cream pieces. Possibly not so much with the red, but you could colour clash if you wanted to. Forget about the rules, do what suits you. If you want to put red and orange together, go ahead and do it, and you could tone it down either with the white or the navy. So I've brought in a little bit of orange stroke coral in there. Again, this is a dress which I've had for quite a long time. It's kind of on the same theory as the dresses that we had in the original capsule, in that it's a sort of shirt style dress which I can wear open as a jacket. I've done that previously with my little cream Eileen Fisher camisole and a pair of cream trousers. Again, I'll slot in another picture so that you can see how I've worn it that way. I could also just wear it as a dress as well, and I've got some beads in here which as I'm out shopping and I see things which I think might fit into a capsule, I do like to put accessory capsules together as well, so that'll be where perhaps I'll have a bag, a pair of shoes, either a necklace or a scarf, which will pull together a selection of colours or one particular colour. So when you're out shopping and you see something that you think is going to fit with one of your colours in your capsule, then it's a really good idea to buy it, because it does make the capsule stretch further. And again, you can see that this works really well with the navy, it works really well with the cream. Again, I probably wouldn't wear it with the red, but this is creating kind of a mini capsule within the capsule. Now, most of the pieces that I had in the capsule were quite casual, because I was thinking about it for wearing now at home while we can't really go out and do anything. But later on, when we are allowed to go back out again and we can go out for dinner, I wanted to bring in these cream silk culottes, which are now about 4 years old, from Eileen Fisher. They are a kind of investment piece that will stay in my wardrobe forever and ever, really. I absolutely love them. They're beautiful sort of floaty silk, which is really nice to dress up. So although it's quite a casual capsule, I can put in the matching top with them. It would be really nice with this little linen cardigan over the top of it as well. And then obviously I can bring in the cream shoes, I could bring in the silver shoes, I could bring in the orange shoes. So although I've got a fairly casual capsule, I can extend it and make it a little bit more dressy, literally by bringing in a couple of pieces like that, and perhaps the silky shirt dress as well. And then taking the spot culottes, again, they look really nice with the orangey colour. So what I might do is put that cardigan again over the little camisole and create an outfit like that. Dress them down a little bit with the green as well. And then I wanted to bring in another colour, which isn't one that I typically have a lot of in my wardrobe. So I wanted to use this as an example of adding 2 or 3 pieces in that colour. So I've got here a pink t-shirt. I don't have a lot of pink. This is kind of, it's soft. It's not a typically soft warm colour, which is what I would go for, but I really like it, and I love the sort of rose gold on this bag. So I do have a handbag that I can pull in with that. I do have a pair of loafers, which again are a few years old. I bought the bag and the loafers at the same time, but that pink again looks really nice with the navy and just softens it. So if you've got lighter or softer colouring, bringing in something like a muted pink will work really well. And then there's another sweater here, which was from this spring, which I fell in love with, and again, because it was pink, I wanted to bring it into my capsule. And then going back to this top, which was the printed piece that we had from last week that had the red in it and the navy. But actually, if I bring this up quite close, you should be able to see that it does work with red as well as with orange, and it has also got a little bit of pink in there, so I can bring the pink in. I have actually worn this top with the pink loafers and a pair of navy trousers. So although I'm bringing in some sort of warm colours here, I can still add in some other colours because I've got them within this print. And then again, with the cream trousers that we had from the original capsule, I could wear those as a combination together, again perhaps for going out in the evening, and put the orange shoe with that. I might put the silver shoes from last week as well, and the little silver handbag. So I hope that's helped you. I hope that's given you a few ideas of how you can add some colours into your wardrobe. So I've picked 3 colours. I picked the sort of orangey coral, I've picked the pink, and I've picked some greens, but I've got sort of different tones of those colours within the capsule. So again, if you want to go for cooler colours, you might pick fuchsias or purples, which again would look really nice with the navy. And the other tip is to find perhaps some prints which have got your main colours in, i.e. the navy and the cream, and then have one of your other accent colours in there as well. So that makes it really easy for me to bring that green into the capsule. Now ideally, again, as I said previously, if you're just starting out, start with plainer pieces on the bottom, some print pieces on the top, and then once you have those foundation pieces, you can start to add in some prints on the bottom half. And the reason I say that is because they're not quite so versatile. So I can't wear that with that, I can't wear that with that. So it means that I'm restricted to having plain pieces on the top half. However, if you want to bring in a colour, then obviously you can still wear the prints with those colours. So it's a good idea to perhaps lay out all the pieces that you've got, have a look at the colours that you've got, have a look at the prints that you've got and the colours within those, because then you can start thinking about what could I add in to make this a little bit more interesting. If I was going to bring in this orange colour, what else would I need to go with that, so that it's not what I call an orphan piece in the wardrobe? Because let's say we had these trousers in the wardrobe, but we had no other navy, unlikely I know, but this could be an orphan piece in your wardrobe, or it could be a piece that you think, well, I can only wear it with navy or white. I don't have any green in my wardrobe. So when you're buying something that's printed, try and think about whether you have some other plain colours that will go with it, or whether you have some colours that are within the print, so that you can pick out one of those colours in your top or in your accessories. So that's how I add new colours to a capsule wardrobe. I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions, then please leave them in the comments section below. As with last week, I will try and find equivalent pieces if they're not still available and add those for you. They will also be over on my blog as well, so I'll put a link to that for you. And if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, then I would love it if you did. And if you click on the little bell, then you'll get notified whenever I post a new video. If there's anything you'd like to see in a future video, then again, please leave me a comment and let me know. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.